We will pay attention to a local problem this morning, gun violence. Rock Island's seen more criminal activity than it typically does recently. It's certainly not alone in this problem. However, our reporting at Local 4 News indicates Rock Island police responded to 7 shootings in the city since June 19th. That's basically this summer so far. And 5 of those cases have been deadly. None of them mass shootings. 5 people have been killed. Rock Island police arrested 2 people in connection with one of them. Police confirmed the other 4 cases are open with nobody in custody yet. All right, let's take a closer look at the situation by the numbers for Rock Island. These statistics come from the police department directly. Here's the breakdown of shots fired, calls, and homicides for the city from January through July over the last 3 years. You can see what stands out in this chart. Calls about gunshots and homicide cases this year, much higher than the last 2 years for those months. We'll now check out the totals for the entire year comparing the last 3 years. Of course, the numbers for 2022 are only year to date, but you wouldn't know it just by looking at them. This year's activity for shots fired and homicides are already close to topping the totals for the last couple of years. 6 homicides so far this year, that's more than last year, and 1 short of all the homicides for 2020. Gun violence is not a problem that's unique to Rock Island, not nationally, not regional, not even in the Quad Cities. We'd have several discussions about it on this program relating to Davenport over the years. Well, we will talk about it this morning with Rock Island Mayor Mike Tomes. He's here for a conversation. Great to see you as always, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
This summer, though, certainly off to a difficult start in Rock Island. We report 7 shootings and 5 people dead in connection with them since June 19th alone. What's your reaction to those numbers in a relatively short amount of time?
Reaction is disappointing to have that any city would and everything else. But the climate seems to be such that with the economy the way it is, the inflation and everything else seems to drive these up a little bit. The good weather does too. And then there's a few things that have changed in the environment with some of the laws on how long people are incarcerated before they get out for early retirement or early release. And so that's not helping things either.
It certainly was enough of an attention grabber for you and the police chief to hold a news conference earlier this week. Why was it important for you to do that? And what do you want people in the city to take away from it?
You know, the important part is to let people know that we aren't looking at this as with a deaf ear, so to speak, or a blind eye, that we are taking actions and making some moves. And of course, the biggest one was we want to let the community know we are looking at adding some more resources to it. Not just money, but also people, which has been hard to get. But both the U.S. Attorney and the state's attorneys, as you heard, and the city are all got monies budgeted to hire more people. Trouble's finding that. But we want to let people know that we are making adjustments. We're trying to create and find new ways to be able to solve these issues.
I want to get into a little bit more, especially a bit more on the personnel issue. But first, you know, we talk about the gun violence problem. Davenport's certainly had it for a few years now. It's tried new things like a blue ribbon commission and other ideas to address it. Do you feel a need for the city to kind of take a step back and think about a new approach to gun violence overall? And I guess how would you do that?
You know, we are looking at a little bit of a new approach, and it's new for the city of Rock Island and maybe the Quad Cities a little bit. But you know, we did start a community policing commission, and that's just getting up and going and finding their way, and to be able to work with the community and the police department, because we feel that's a very, very important part, is that the community needs to get involved and be helpful with these cases and start letting people know and that we're not going to put up with this. So that's something new and different. The other is actually, believe it or not, this is a little bit down a different path with it, but we're taking a look at virtual reality training for our police officers, and we just looked at that demo today actually to do some real practicality of training on how to deal with different situations, whether you're chasing someone down an alley, trying to talk somebody off a cliff, so to speak. So that's a new technology that's out there for us and for training. So we're looking at that. Along with, then as I mentioned, the community part of it. And then adding some more resources, please. And then even downtown. Taking a look at that. One adds to the other and dovetails together is there are renovations downtown, and looking at also then doing a SSA, a special service area. And the reason I bring that up is it adds, and we want to put in ambassadors, if you want to call it that. People walking around down, and not just downtown, but the surrounding area, to be able to advise people of what to do, how to think, hopefully deter the bad things to happen.
Let's step away from the conversation for a moment. Still more to talk about with the mayor. Targeting guns. What can be done to meet the police chief's call to get them off the street? For the record,